To fulfill my dreams of being an evil bat, I have 3 yards of sweatshirt fleece and a pattern. And also, last night a friend and I had a sewing party where we made little bats. Don't look too closely. We had a lot of laughs while trying to make these guys, and she suggested that I ask, what is your silliest sewing catastrophe or mistake that you've made, because we had so much fun laughing at our mistakes. You're not gonna get a close-up of my lovely bat friend here. He looks really cute from afar. And also his ears are attached now, as opposed to the first time when I stitched them on and I just missed them. Since I've never used it before, I want to double check the sizing before I cut anything out. I'm currently wearing my bat sweatshirt, which is a size small, and I have my merch sweatshirt, which is a size medium. So I'm going to compare the sizes of the pattern to the sizes of my sweatshirts to figure out if I want a small or medium. Might I have my phone back? Having never made a sweatshirt before, I feel like I should at least glance at the instructions. It was a brief glance. I compared both of my sweatshirts and decided to go with a size small. I've got almost all of the pattern pieces cut out and ready to go, except for there's 2 exceptions. 1, I didn't like the pocket style, so I'm going to trace one that I do like. And 2, I gotta make some bat wings. This pattern is definitely more cat than bat-like, so I traced the side and the arm edges at a slightly more than 90-degree angle and drew a bat wing shape between them. And also I cut a pocket that won't dump my phone out whenever I bend over. While I cut the pattern out of black sweatshirt fleece, let me throw some bat facts at you. I think we all know that bats navigate by echolocation, but some bats can eat up to 1,200 mosquitoes per hour, to which I say, I'd like more bats please. Also, the Mexican free-tailed bat can reach speeds of up to 100 miles an hour. These wings won't help with speed though. I got all the base parts of the sweatshirt cut out, but I ran into a slight problem. The cuff material that I have is dark brown and not black. I will just go as far as I can without the cuffs then. Starting with, of course, the ears. Bats do have ears, and when you sew the seam properly, they are fully attached to the head. I stay-stitched the neck and also around these suspiciously cat-shaped ears. I flipped them right side out and pinned them into place while Sky woke up from his nap. I swear he is still a puppy. 1 cat ear. I'm gonna draft a new bat ear that actually looks like a bat and not a cat. Round 2. My new ears are much more bat-like. I'm much happier. So now I get to pin them into the hood. And my workspace is a little crowded right now. This is a lot easier if I had workspace, but I guess that's not an option right now. I pinned the new ears into the hood and they looked bat-like. Sky had other plans though, but eventually I got them stitched in place. I tried to serge this, but decided to call it a day after breaking both of my serger needles. The next day, I replaced the broken needles and... oh no. Yep, I broke another one. I tried it one more time. And... oh, come on. There was one more off camera, which is 5 in total, before I decided it was just too thick, and I did not try and serge the hood seam. The instructions want me to make 2 hoods and line it, but I really don't like how this side of the fabric feels, and I do like how this side feels, so I'm just gonna hem this edge. The next step includes the rib material that I don't have yet, so I'm gonna move on to putting the pocket on. Also, it is quite cold in here, and I kinda wish I had a sweatshirt. Normally I would have serged this seam, but we're clearly not friends right now. I hemmed the openings of the pocket and folded the top and sides over, and checked that it was phone approved. I top stitched the pocket down, not that you could tell from this angle. In my brief glance at the instructions, I missed that I was supposed to stitch the shoulder seam first. And now that that seam exists, I can sew the sleeve cap onto it. The instructions say just to stitch this, but that would be a cat sweatshirt and not a bat sweatshirt. So I'm going to pin in my wing and then stitch it. Nope. I can't stitch this in yet because I forgot that I was going to do some top stitching on the webbing. I used tailor's chalk to draw straight lines in between the fingers of the wing, and use a zigzag stitch to define them. I'd rather use a satin stitch, but this machine does not like to do them. But this had a nice effect. I pinned each wing to one side of the body and sleeve, then pinned the other side, sandwiching the wing on the inside. This was probably the most confusing part of the sweatshirt, but that's a lot of talk from someone who can't sew bat ears on. I flipped it right side out just to double check that I have everything pinned properly, and it's good. I'm going to trim the tips here just to make sure it fits fully in the seam, and then get to stitching. Mwah! Did you know the biggest bat has a wingspan of 5 feet, while the smallest bat is about 5 inches? I think the Sarah bat will be closer to 5 feet. Time to try it on. I'm a bat. This is gonna be fun. So I just need the ribbing to arrive, which should be later today. And I can attach the hood, the cuffs, the bottom, and I'm good to go fly around. It's a few days later and my rib knit has been delivered. And also, I finished filming my Arwen costume, so I now have fun bat nails. I was very excited about this, but it would look weird as an elf. I guess I'll get started. This is probably gonna be the last day that I'm working on this. Let's get batty. I cut out the neckband, sleeve cuffs, and bottom for my new, definitely black this time, ribbed knit. I stitched the V in the neck and both of the cuffs. I followed the instructions to put the neckband and hood on, but I think I might just do a regular hoodie hood next time. Also, please admire the Christmas soap that I made yesterday. It needs to cure for a while, so yes, I made it in October. I really want to serge this, but I am suspicious that it will shatter a bunch of needles again. This is way too big. This would be much better, so I'm gonna resize this. I stitched both of them smaller and tried to stitch the bottom, but... When did my thread break? No! I stitched half of one. That's annoying. So I stitched them all again, until... This is backwards. Ugh. The rib knit has a right and a wrong side. Third time's the charm, right? I flipped my cuffs and pinned them to the sleeves, which was accidentally recorded in slow-mo because of this. I fixed that setting before adding the bottom ribbing. We have time for one more bat story while I struggle to attach the cuffs, and that is that thousands of bats used to live in my grandparents' attic, and one night one got into my parents' room and eventually it was caught and escorted outside, and somehow I slept through all of that commotion. I'm not going to show you the whole sweatshirt right now, but I'm going to have to do something to make sure that the ears stay up, because right now they're kind of floppy. I don't know if I explained just how happy this is making me right now. This project was so much fun. I ruined a lot of takes by breaking out into a goofy grin. I really mean a lot. I swear I'm an adult. And to show you how I really felt about this project, here's when I put it on for the first time. It's hard to explain how happy this is making me right now. Sky made an excellent bat who asked for many belly rubs, and Em wanted to join today even though I cut up her bat costume to give Sky wings. If you have any Halloween ideas for next year, please let me know in the comments and I might just make them. Happy Halloween, everyone! Stay spooky out there. Are you a good bat?